Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello? Hello, hello? Right, okay. I can hear me, so I'm hoping that you can hear me. Hello? Hello? Hello, hello? Okay, right. Right, okay. I can hear me, so I'm hoping that you can hear me. Hello? Hello? Okay, right. I've actually got no idea, because of the way this is set up. I've actually got no idea. Right, so I'm just going to go with the fact that you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. By all means, please, there is chatter down by the side. If you can hear me and it's okay, can you let me know? That would be a real big favour. Anyway, happy Halloween, people. It's really great that you could come here and join me. I hope that you're just taking a little time before you go on out tonight and have some fun. There's some great parties going on today. I unfortunately am now off sick work for a week, so I'm not going anywhere. I'm sitting inside and I'm gonna watch some of the good ghost hunting that's got going on tonight anyway. So we are here to talk about my top 5, as I see it, ghost hunting teams and who I think are worthy of a mention of being in the top 5. Now, you're all going to disagree, and that is totally fine. And I'm quite sure I'm going to get quite a slating for my suggestions, but just go with it, okay? Just let's go there, okay? Let's just have a look at it. Anyway, so the dogs have just jumped up. Could it be the phantom trick-or-treaters? Because we don't get any. I don't understand why. I decorate each year, and you know, they just don't come here, which is sad because I'd like them to come here. You know, I see them wandering around, but I suppose just because of where we are and we're in apartments, they just don't knock. But it's a shame because they've got a captive audience. You know, so okay. Anyway, where were we? Top 5 ghost hunting teams. So I'm going to go from reverse order. So number 5 for me is most haunted. Now I know that everyone's probably expecting that to be way up the top, but for me it's number 5. And I'm sorry about that. Someone will moan. I scratched my jeans. Okay, but for me, there's a lot of good about Most Haunted, and there's a lot of stuff that I don't like about Most Haunted. And I think, you know, on the good side, it's a female-fronted organisation. You know, well done, Yvette. She's been out there for many years now, pushing out for female hunters. Now, I've never encountered any kind of sexism, and I've been hunting for absolutely years. It seems to be the one playing field where, you know, gender and sexuality and everything else really doesn't make a damn. You know, I've seen amazingly strong women and big scaredy cat fellas, and completely the opposite way around. So, you know, but I think it's really good that one of the most popular ones is female fronted. I've got notes. I've actually got notes. Can you believe that? Right. So things that I liked about Yvette is that she is a believer without a doubt. You know, you get no skepticism from her about the fact that ghosts exist. You know, I think some of the times, some of the people that she talks to, she may doubt a bit, which is fair enough because you have to. She likes evidence as well. She does like, where possible, to gain evidence, and that's always a high point for me. You know, everything that you can get that you can't explain is worth having. You know, that doesn't make any sense at all, does it? But yeah, it's good. What else? Right. Okay, yeah. Two kind of go hand in hand, okay? she's actually got balls, you know. She doesn't care. She will go in and she will stand and she will confront. Um, but at the same point, she can also be exceptionally dramatic. And that's kind of, you know, why I voted it down, because the program, certainly nowadays, is much more about drama to me than it is actual ghost hunting. Um, so yeah, but she's got style and flair. Yeah, I like her. She's just, you know, um, it's a little too dramatic, a little too squealy is, I think, probably the fairest way to put it. Anyway, and next one is obviously Carl, her husband. Um, I'm not sure if I would class Carl as a believer. I think he's open-minded. I'm not sure whether he believes or not. I think maybe he's seen a lot of things in time that's made him think about things, but I'm not sure if he truly believes or not. But he's open enough, minded enough to go there and to, you know, experience things. So I'll give him that. Things that really irritate me about him is that when something happens, as there was on the other night, I don't know if you've been watching on, I think it's really they're on now, but they've been doing top 10 of their most favourite bits. And, uh, you know, he was in one room and someone was knocking on the door. So I was running out of the room, down the corridor, around the corner to look at the other side of the door. And that kind of really got to me, because like you've got the action happening in the room, and every time there's something happening, you're running out the room. You know, there was two of you. One could have stood on that corner to make sure that there was no one interfering with the door on the other side, while all the phenomena was happening in the room. You wouldn't have missed it. But the way they just done it, it's just like, you know, you're all right, I get it, you're brave, but brave is not necessarily chasing after everything. It is standing there and listening, you know. So yeah, okay. um I've scribbled something else down here. He calls out bollocks. Yeah, okay, that's true, and I like him for that. Did you see him with the guy who's a demonologist? And the demonologist put a crystal bracelet on your back. I was like, it will protect you from the devil and da 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 and all that. And he stood there and goes, so let me get this right. If the devil pops up, that bracelet will make sure that Yvette doesn't get possessed by the devil. And the demonologist just went, yes. And you could just see it on his face, just like, really, you know. And that's fine, because you know what, it was similar to the abuse that I was yelling at the TV, which is, you know, but it might have been a little bit more floral than his look, but yeah, there we are. So yeah, he's willing to actually just stand there and go, nah, I'm not having that one, sorry, that's tosh. So I like that about him. Yeah, and I like the fact that, you know, he's not a complete believer. He will stand there and ask questions that you wish you could stand and ask those questions. So I'm good with that. Now, they've gone through quite a few psychics, but I'm going back to the core teams on all of my three choices. So, Derek Akora. Well, now, he's a character, isn't he? And he has a certain style and flair. Yes, he does. He is very knowledgeable about the spirit world. I will give him that. And he, you know, he talks about, you know, things, and I think he probably gives people comfort of things going on. But he gets possessed way too much for my liking, and he just, he's very dramatic, very, very dramatic, which, you know, I do find entertaining, and I shouldn't, because, you know, but it is and it's funny. And let's not forget that he has had some of the most amazing lines that everyone has cut and put on, like the whole Mary loves Dick is brilliant. Just Google Akora Mary loves Dick, and then the flying spoon incident was just, that was perfection. That was absolute hilarious. That had pretty much all of us on a telephone call within 10 seconds, just like, oh my god, it's worth it. He is entertainment, and that really is, I think, what Most Haunted is about. It puts it at the start. This show is for entertainment purposes only, and you are entertained. Mary loves Dick. Yeah. Men were tossed off here at schooling. Yep, you're very right, Ross. I tell you what, he is funny, right? He is funny. We've got to give him that. He is entertaining. I haven't liked the others that they've had in since. You know, they don't work for me. Anyway, so the core of this team is obviously the strong believer, leader in Yvette, and then you've got the quiet, more sciencey type one in her hubby, Carl, and then of course you have the one that's a little bit in fairyland in Cora, and you kind of see that repeated in almost every team. It's like some kind of strange balance that they all have. So, on to number 4. Now, I really argued about with myself about number 4, number 4 and number 3. Okay, and I'm still switching on it now. So you can take number 4 and number 3 and jig them around as you like. What works for you? I'm still leaving Most Haunted at 5, but it's 4 and 5. So we're going to go for number 4 is T.A.P.S. The only duo, the absolute only duo in the whole of the thing. I really like them. They have a much less dramatic approach to their whole thing. They're much more about getting evidence and stuff like that. But as much as they get evidence, they tend not to look for other causes. Yeah? There are quite a few where they do, but I find that a lot of their EVP work, they tend to hear what they want and they're playing it back saying, oh, well, it's this. And I'm listening to it going, no, I'm not hearing that. In fact, I'm not hearing anything. It's a thing that a lot of ghost hunting troops do. You know, I do work with EVP. Almost everyone I know works with EVP, and you have to stand there and go, yeah, all right, it's something, but I don't know what. You know, I can't make it out, which is fair enough. But the technology is going on and it's developing and developing. So I'm really hoping that it's going to get a whole lot better. And I am sorry that people are texting me on my phone and I'm using my phone to film. I am really sorry. Anyway, right. Not over prone to drama. Yeah. The other thing, out of all of them, they are, I think, the most balanced. You know, they really don't go off handles. You know, you really don't see them getting possessed every episode, and all kinds of things. Now I actually watched one of their newest shows last night, and it's just like, where are they? There's a whole new team, which is really good. You should keep new blood coming through, but it's kind of losing its flair, I think, and becoming a bit like the others. So it was only really me watching it last night that made me kind of go, I'm sliding you into 4. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Ghost Adventures. It started as a paranormal investigation and then went to be on Cash Adventures, or is that just me? Well, they're my number 3. Like I said, I really swayed on, you know, putting them as 4 or putting them as 3. There is one single reason why I put them at 3, and that is because out of all of them, they are the ones that are really kind of bringing new technology in. They're making a lot, they're talking a lot, they're designing a lot, and they're bringing it into the field and they're testing it. And some of the stuff that they're testing is absolutely amazing. You know, it's really, really good ideas. It's really, really good gadgets that is bringing really solid evidence forward. And that's where I come from, I believe, but I believe we need to get better with evidence, and they do. They did go a lot more for evidence. They had a lot more toys and they were smart about it. Now, same again, as you said, Ross, cash adventures, right? They are getting huge. Um, from where it was just them and a camera and some big balls to go in the places they have, it's now a lot, mm, huge teams, huge rigs, huge hunts, monies, lives. And it's like, come on, don't lose your way. You've got a really good thing going, at least don't do it. But we're going to talk about the individual members again after I have a sip of tea. I've got my mug, okay? I got that when I was in Japan last year for Halloween, and they love Halloween over there just as much as I do. Yeah. Right, so Zach, the fearless leader, and I think he's really comparable to Yvonne, Yvette, because, well, they're an awful lot alike, aren't they? They're strong, and they're charging, and then every now and again prone to some pretty good drama. These guys are being movers. Same again, he does want proof, and he strives hard to get the proof to go in the spirit boxes and the evidence and the videos, and then he comes in so macho, really, he's so macho, and then gets all fighty, and then gets possessed, and then gets taken out, and just, it's like, really, after all this time, you've not learned to spiritually protect yourself, or to, maybe read a situation and not get possessed and not threaten your buddies, and, drama, entertainment purposes only. Right, Nick. Yeah, he's Carl, isn't he? He's the stabilising influence throughout it all. He likes his gadgets. He likes to get his proof. I'm sure he sways as well as to whether he believes or he doesn't believe. But, so we get, he's not, I don't really think he's a people person. He doesn't, he's not got the flair in that of the others. He's there to do his job, and I like that. That's all right by me. Yeah, he does, yeah, he's not prone to the dramas of the others a lot of the time, which I do like, because then at least he's out there getting the evidence and that without, the drama. My favourite member is the next one, and that is Aaron. I like him. He amuses me most of all. I think I saw him called Gimp Boy, and I do find that quite funny. He is their sacrificial lamb. They throw him in time and time again just to see what happens, and usually poor Aaron just gets the crap beaten out of him. Yeah, thank you very much, Andy. I like him most because in every ghost hunt team, you get some real serious bastards. They are so serious, and they are so serious all the damn time that they can really make a long night longer. You need some people that are light-hearted, that are fun, that do get scared but are willing to challenge. They're like natural batteries to the energy. They're brilliant people to have around, and I really do like him, and I feel so sorry for him because I do think that Zach and Nick bully him. They can be pretty horrible to him sometimes, but he keeps coming back. except for that time that he didn't come back and he went for a little while because he had enough. And I can't say I blame him either. I hope he got a raise when he come back. Okay, so I'm just going to read a little bit on the screen. Evidence versus proof. Teens start with the right ideas but get pulled by TV cash. Yeah, you know, I will go for that. There are, if you get a chance to look on YouTube, there are some really good ghost hunting teams that have not sold out, that are staying true, they're staying to their fan base that they've got online, and they put really good stuff out and they're coming out with really good toys. So I really hope that they stay on this platform and that they keep just, you know, working it for themselves rather than working it for the man. You know, I can completely understand that getting a show that will syndicate to 50 different countries is a real massive pull. I mean, you know, that's the kind of money that we would all like, but it doesn't do good things to the rest of the genre, really, does it? You know, because everyone expects it to be like that. How many times have we been on hunts and these people have come in, you know, so impeccably dressed and done and everything else, thinking that the whole camera crews are going to be there and, you know, that it's going to be like what they see on TV. Things are going to be happening, shits are going to be moving, and ghosts are going to be talking. And actually, it's a 10-hour lesson in how to amuse yourself in a dark room. We can talk about that. Right, coming back down. One of my former, yeah. Okay, we're talking here about people with talent, psychic talent, mediums who get lured by cash. Okay, now it's one of those. Derek Akura used to sit in circle with my mum, and that was quite an active circle. They had some good mediums there, and they said that he actually had a real natural talent for it, which I was surprised about because he was a footballer and the way he looks, he's such a flamboyant bastard, you know, that, you know, they was a bit, but actually he had natural talent, and he was in circle with them for quite a while, and then one day he just disappeared. No Ash Father by your leave, he was just gone. And, you know, they thought that's a bit of a shame, you know, because he did have natural talent. And then 2 months later, he turned up on Max Haunted. You know, so it's one of those. Now, there are, you know, you have the internet at your fingertips. You're watching me on it. We do lots of other things on it. We won't talk about that. But if you just Google bad psychics, you will find how many of these people have been charged under the Fraudulent Medium Act. And before you go see, and you pay to go see anyone, I really, really recommend you to Google them, put in their name and type plus bad psychic or Fraudulent Mediums Act and find out if they have been prosecuted. You know, because some of them charge so much money for, you know, private readings, for seeing them on shows, you know, tours, whatever. Don't lose your money. I understand if you are grieving and you want a good answer. Bad mediums are not the way to do it. You know, do your homework first. Check them like you would do a restaurant, you know, checking on TripAdvisor to go on holiday, anything like that. Check them before you give them your money. Right. Stop raging about that, shall I? Okay, right. So by now, you're starting to see hopefully the same pattern that I see, where you know, you get the intelligent bravado as a leader, you've got geeky back people, you've got the cowards, you know, that still they turn up, don't they? They turn up and they do their job, and that seems to be, you know, a real kind of theme with all the ghost hunting troops, except for T.A.P.S, because there's just two of them. Yeah, that's a really interesting thing, you know. If you look at T.A.P.S, and they say, you know, we're plumbers turned ghost hunters and blah blah blah, which is cool, and they seem really down to earth, and they do seem like thoroughly nice blokes. But if you read their book, you know, they're talking on it that, you know, one of them writes screenplays and has published like 17 books and this, that, and the other. And you do start to think, where's the plumbing bit coming? You know, I'd like to know about that one. Right, okay. Shall we move on to number 4? We can move on to number 4. If I could actually read. Oh no, it's not number 4, is it? It's number 2. Do you like this? So I made the ghost cakes that I brought from B&M's. They're actually really tasty. So I'm going to sip of my tea. I'm curious if any of you have actually spent out on money on bag sidekicks. You know? Or who was the last one that you heard being prosecuted? Doesn't happen as often as it should. But I think people are so afraid to complain about it, which is a real shame. You know, there is such almost a rabid fan base out there that, you know, protect these people, even if they're bad, you know, and it's not right. That shouldn't be the way, because, you know, they should be held accountable for their services the same way as an electrician is, you know. I understand it's a vastly different thing, but if you're out there selling your service as I contact the dead, then fine, you should be able to contact the dead. That's just me. Right, okay, number 2. Gonna take a guess? Go, I'm watching. Type up who you think number 2 might be. Don't text me. No. Because my phone is over there. Okay. Number 2. Are you ready for this? Ghostbusters. Oh yeah. Yep. No, come on up. It's for entertainment purposes only, right? They're the second best ghost team in the world. Let me tell you why. Okay. They are all believers. All of them. There's no doubt in all of them except one. And he openly confesses he is there for the money. He is there for his paycheck. His £11,500 a year paycheck. That is what he is there for. Okay, so that's fair enough. We all need someone in the team who is like that. You know, because in any ghost hunt, there is always someone left at base. Now, if you can find someone who is left at base and is happy about it and can cook, that's even better. You know, it is, what's his name? Zedmore, Ernie Hudson, here for the money. That's his line. He's a really, really brilliant team member that everybody needs on a team. You know, he's just there to do his job. He's there to do whatever. You need a guy to do some rigging. He's there to do that. You know, there's no drama involved in it. He just gets on with it. We had one like that, and he was good. He was called Chef, and Chef was just there to get on with stuff. But he's the only man who I've never ever known that could cook a whole English breakfast on one of those little camping fires and do a cracking job of it. Top bloke. He was our Zedmore. Anyway, so of course we all know it. Venkman, Bill Murray. Now, he's a really good person to have on the team. There's no doubt in his mind that they exist, but he is happy to take the mickey out of the fact that they do. You know, he's happy to wind up people that don't necessarily believe, and he's happy to poke fun at himself. You know, he's there, he believes, he doesn't take it that seriously, and that's a really good. I'm really sorry. Let me sit down. Hopefully we'll come back. Hopefully. Hello. Hold on. And the camera's moved out. I'm so sorry. Can you tell me all if you can still hear me, or is that cut off? Has it cut off? Hello, hello? Hello, hello? Oh, I'm going to have to put the sound back on here for a second. I do apologise. It's my only way of checking. What the fuck? Yeah, I know, right? I know. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. I'm hoping that it picks up. Hello. No, you're okay? You can hear me? Right, okay, then I'm just going to ignore that. I'm going to carry on. We were at number 2, Ghostbusters. Venkman. So, another good about him is that he is cynical. And that is something that you have to be on ghost hunts. Because, you know, I have heard so many times this is the most haunted house in England. Many times this is the most haunted house in England. This is the most, we have more poltergeists in this house than anyone else, you know. This is the most haunted pub, hotel, whatever. And funny enough, they all seem to charge money, you know. So to think that it is not done for money would be idiotic. There are so many places out there that don't have any hauntings whatsoever, that have created their own ghosts because people want to believe and they want to come and they want to experience. And we've done it. We have, you know, started little internet rumours, you know, oh, I saw this at this place and blah blah blah. And you know, just to see how quick they spread, and they are literally like wildfire, you know. It's amazing how quickly these things happen, and before long, you know, people are saying, oh yeah, but when I was there I saw this, so I know it's real. And I'm sitting there thinking, do you know what, I made that up in the Stag and Hounds when we were sitting there for a beer and we come up with something utterly ridiculous. So you know, and it just goes to show, you know, really, you've got to be a little bit cynical about these. Okay, right. Who else do we have? Stands, Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, everything's got one of them as well, isn't they? Complete science, no faith whatsoever. You know, believer, just no faith, which is fine, you know, because I do find that quite often, you know, when you have certain people come along, and I have been called many things, godless being one of them, because I actually, you know, was happy to turn around and say that I don't believe in a biblical God. Not that I don't believe in a God, I just don't believe in a biblical God. And so that made me godless, and because I refuted the fact that I didn't actually think the devil come up all the way from hell to possess people, that, you know, that's just people wanting to put things that weren't there or whatever, you know, I don't know how to say it, but yeah, nah, give me a bit of science overboard on that one, I'm afraid. Okay, hold on. Yeah, good historical knowledge. That is another thing that every team needs. You know, you really do know, you need someone who is bookish, someone who somewhere up there has got the encyclopedia whole world, not only Britannica, running, so that, you know, because going to so many old buildings and houses and castles and this, that and the other, you know, you see ghosts walking into walls and disappearing, you know, but you can look at the wall and see the 2 different types of brick and know that there's like 100 years between those 2 types of brick. So at one point that wall was open, so that ghost is walking into another room. Or, you know, certain materials have a different sound quality to other materials, so you will hear things, you will experience cold spots in certain rooms and not in other, because of the building materials that they're made of. And this is why you need someone with that kind of bookish knowledge, you know, so that they can actually say, you know, well, this room is colder because there's quartz stone, it's not brick, it's not retaining heat, you know, and that kind of thing. So every team needs one of those. And then of course you have Spengler, Harold Ramis. geek, bookish. Yep, doesn't really get on well with people. I think we all know someone like that. And every team has one of them as well. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, usually at electrics and everything else. Not so good at people. I like them. I tend to get on with these kind of people. Again, here's another guy, and this is where I'm going to give Ghostbusters, like, you know, a good nod on this one, because they invented so many gadgets. Yeah, we need to get ghosts. Okay, well, we'll build a ghost catch box. We'll do this. We'll do that. We'll do the other. And Hamill Ramis is actually one of the guys who wrote it as well. Yeah, so he honestly did come up with these things. On a side note, and I only found this out today when I was kind of looking through stuff, but Christopher Walken, John Lithgow, Christopher Lloyd and Jeff Goldblum were all considered for his role. But in the end, he's so much like the character that he wrote, he decided to play it himself, which I think is brilliant, and he's done an amazing job. But Christopher Walken in Ghostbusters, that does tickle my nipples. I like that one. Right, hold on. You're chatting to me and I can't see what you're saying. Yes. Well, thank you, Andy. Okay, right. So, we are at number 1. Okay, I'm going to give you a moment while I just adjust the camera because I can see it's phasing in and out. And let me know, type it, who you think it is. I am sorry, there's a little adjustment in the lights right there. Hopefully, can you see me now? Is it catching up? And has it stopped doing that phasing thing? I can't see, I'm behind here. It's just like, it'll take its time. Are we there? Okay. If I sit back in the chair, can you see me? Okay. So, gonna go for the number 1, in my opinion. Everyone else has got their own, okay? I'm gonna have to sink like this. Yeah, let's get comfy. Okay. Hold on. I got this. Let's try to be semi-intelligent. You're gonna laugh. No, you can't go down any further. Okay. Hopefully that will go. Because I can't be mucking around with that. Or someone can ring me, of course, you know. There we are. That always works, doesn't it? So. Okay, yeah. Okay, is that all right? Or is that a bit too lazy? The number one ghost hunting game. Scooby-Doo. It's got to be Scooby-Doo. I wrote Scooby-Doo as number 1 purely and utterly because they have been around since 1969 fighting weekly adventures against ghosts. All right, it was never ghosts until that one time that it was a ghost. But they always believed they were there all the time, and they were the very, very first ones to invent gadgets to trap ghosts. I mean, all right, it was the caretaker, or, you know, gosh, who else did we have? We had the caretaker, the bloke from the bank, the car guy. Yeah, I mean, you know, the mechanics are creepy. There is someone at my door. Mika! I am so sorry.
Yep.
There's somebody at the door, haha.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to get to do that too. You need to slide down a bit more. You can't see my... Can you see me if I'm leaning forward like this? Yeah? Are we good like this? The first team I heard of. Yeah, right? It is, isn't it? It's Scooby-Doo. It's got to be Scooby-Doo. Right, so we're going to pick it apart the same as all of the others, okay? So you've got Fred. Well, he's the handsome, stylish one again, isn't he? You know, he's like the Derek Acora. So he's a flashy git, isn't he? Okay, but he is the first maker of ghost hunting gadgets on TV. He was the first one to start making things, so he gets the top noodle for that one. He also believed, he never did not believe that it might not be a ghost. So I'm going to go that he wins for that. You are such a constant professional. Yeah, you can tell. My microphone don't work and the pizza guy is knocking at the door. Right? So, on the bad side, he quite often would override the feelings of others to get the job done. How often did he, you know, like really boss Shaggy and Scooby around, you know, often going against what they wanted and putting them in sometimes danger and thrilling excitement. So maybe that was for entertainment purposes only. Who knows? Anyway, but he got the job done. So yeah, and then you've got Daphne. Now, I like Daphne. I don't like what they made of Daphne. If you watch the real early episodes, then you will see that Daphne was bright, she was intelligent, she was rich, and she was a danger. She used to be called Danger Daff, you know, and she was a thrill seeker. And as the kind of series went on, they kind of made her a bit thick, and I don't like that. I like her the way she was, you know, and they put her in danger and stuff a lot, but they kind of have drawn that back now, that, you know, she's capable of saving herself and stuff. But I just don't see why they needed to change it. You know, I liked the way she was. So Velma. Velma's never really changed, has she? Velma's always been Velma. Brains, I often thought that she was the sceptical one out of them all. She was intelligent and open-minded enough to go and look, and she's that bookish knowledge again. You know, she's the one who kind of knew stuff, knew about things, had ideas about things, was good with people. And she was actually training to be a NASA scientist, which is another thing that I really like, that they gave her a really kind of, they made her a really strong female model, you know, so, well, female role model, not a model, which I liked. You know, it was okay, like, hi, I'm out here, I'm being dangerous, I'm doing these things, I'm taking an open mind, but I'm training for a really good top job. I like that. She's cool, right? Not great with people, but excellent with animals. You think about it. Anyone needed to get Shaggy to do anything, or Scooby to do anything? It was her. She asked. Scooby did. All right, bribery. Scooby did. So, Shaggy. Now, Shaggy really is the Z-ball of the group, isn't he? He's not there for money. He's there for food. He's there for food. He's there with his friends. He is the base operator guy. He's the one who's quite happy to be left behind to do stuff. Quite happy most about his food. And yeah, you know, it was spoke of when we were younger, and as we've all got older, we know it. You know, Shaggy was a complete weed freak. He believed in absolutely everything, was scared of absolutely everything. I think that Shaggy was probably the first guy with weed psychosis on a cartoon ever. You know, so that's my take on Shaggy. But he was the comic relief again. He's the one in the team that, you know, you need. He lightens things. So, no. Do you know he was an athlete? That's what he was. That's why he could run fast and everything else and vault things, because actually he was an athlete. It's really strange when you start to look into the things that, you know, you see the actual, what they wrote about, into the things that, you know, you see the actual, what they wrote about them and that. Like Daphne was exceptionally rich. She comes from a very rich family who tolerated her ghost hunting and driving around because they thought that she would grow out of it. She was just having her slumming it phase. Anyway, and then of course the last one, Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is now, I see that most haunted have got themselves a dog. One that can't walk particularly far or breathe particularly well, but they've got themselves a dog. Almost every team that I've been in at some point or other has got themselves a dog. I couldn't offer my two for that job because they're idiots. They're idiots. You know, they make Scooby-Doo look like Brains Trust. So yeah, right. I'll get on to you in a minute, Ross. I'm seeing you. Don't think I'm ignoring the chat. I'm seeing you, right? But Scooby-Doo, 1969. First ghost hunting equipment, 1969, right? Okay. Right. Scooby-Doo was also great for disarming people, you know. Often, when you go to people's houses and, you know, you're talking to them about their ghosts and their hauntings and stuff, they get very tense, you know. These people have often been through some not nice experiences. You know, so having a Scooby-Doo along can really help at disarming people, and Scooby was that. He was the friend that everybody loved. But he did eat all the food. So, those are my top 5 in ghost hunting teams, okay? Now you can bitch about it, it's all fine. Rent a ghost. No, that didn't work for me. They're not, you know, they lived in haunted houses or they were ghosts and all the rest of it. They didn't, you know, we're talking ghost hunters here. Let's be specific. There's many of you who don't know who Rent a Ghost is. That's fine. That was a TV show that was in England. I'm tempted to say late 70s, early 80s maybe. I don't remember it much past that, but then I might not have been watching it much past that. And Jess was the same. You know, we were ghost hunting actually decades ago. Let's be honest about the timeline here. Decades ago. And yeah, you know, at that point, you know, Ross and Mike started coming up with really good inventions for ghost hunting. Commonplace now, and obviously it's stepping on and it's becoming its own beast. You know, there are some really interesting companies out there now making really good ghost hunting equipment. It also costs a freaking bomb. So I would say that it's, you know, it can be quite hard to look at all this and think, yeah, right, well, I'm going to get this, that, and the other and go ghost hunting, and then you work it out and it's exorbitantly expensive. You don't actually need that, you know. If you want to go ghost hunting, get yourself a digital camera, and just a really simple one is a good thing because they get put through hell, and we've seen it time and time again that people bring really nice, really expensive cameras and they get messed up, and it's not good, you know, because, you know, you can't turn around to your insurance and say, well, I was ghost hunting and my camera took a zip, you know, it fell in a well. But they ain't gonna have that. It's not gonna happen. So get a good camera, but, you know, don't go crazy about it. You know, you don't need it. But get one, Google it, and, you know, look on like Witch and stuff like that. Ones that perform well in dark light, or low light I should say, is a good buy. A digital recorder is another thing that I would recommend, particularly good for EVP. You know, there's loads of free software online now that you can use to analyze and go through it. So get yourself a digital recorder and a good little microphone. Okay, I've got this one. This is made by Purple Panda, and I should have set it up better tonight, but I've been using that and it has gone everywhere with me, and it's a brilliant little gadget. I can connect it to basically everything I own, so it's brilliant. 22 quid. It doesn't have to be expensive. You just do a bit of homework, check the reviews, and you'll like it. Thanks, Ross. What else? A digital thermometer is the other thing I would really recommend, because it really can show changes in temperature. but more than that, it gives you a really good baseline reading. So you know, if you baseline read a room and it's of a stable temperature, and then you know suddenly temperature starts to drop heinously quick, well then you've got your self evidence there. You've taken baselines, you know the room is stable, it's just dropped by 8 degrees. Digital thermometer, really, really good. Now, you know, you could go on after that and look at some of the much fancier little toys that are coming out. And I myself are looking at a kind of spirit box thing at the moment. I do tend that the noise that spirit boxes make, that makes me want to hurt small children. It really makes me violent. I can't stand it. So I'm looking at the ones that run more silently. I don't think that maybe they're sensitive, but I'm willing personally to take that trade off because I just cannot stand that noise. And when I hear it on TV, me does me in, and they do it for ages, and that just really just no, I can't stand that. Other than that, there are a couple of really good YouTube channels that teach you how to build your own things, you know, and they're cracking. Some of them are just like, you know, how to build a little light meter, so something that trips when something enters its field, with like a battery and a little light and a couple of bits of wire. You know, it's doesn't have to be expensive, and I don't think that ghost hunting or the cost of ghost hunting should put anybody off. You know, I don't. If you're one of those people that has to have the best of everything, well then you're in for a shock. Ghost hunting is not cheap, you know, but it doesn't have to be that way, and you don't have to bankrupt yourself to get the toys. Just get a few. You know, we started off with God, so little. Oh God, we're going back here. We didn't even have digital cameras. We had literally photo cameras, you know, with film and stuff like that in. And then I remember people bringing along digital cameras for the first time. And it was like, oh, it's fancy. So, but yeah, I think it's all changing. But I think the next thing that I'm going for is a GoPro body cam. So much happens when you're not looking directly at it. You know, so something that is with you all the time. So if you're looking over there and it's filming over there and something's happened over there, you've got it. So that, and the adventures that you have ghost hunting are really good fun. So yeah, I think GoPro is what's next for me. And I'm really fancying something far out because I've not done one of them for a while. I've seen quite a few going on in Count Dracula's castle. Quite like the idea of that. Ghost hunting Transylvania, yes please. But also, you know, just on the forums lately, there seems to be so much chat about, you know, stuff that's happening in the Paris catacombs, which have always fascinated me. So I would be really, really tempted to go there. Well, that's not even like that. That's far for us, is it? You know. So yeah. Anyway, it is winding up for the time that I have to be off because they only go us so long, us little channels. So if you've got any questions, chuck them up quick. If not, I'm going to go and finish my tea and eat my ghost cake. The next one I am planning to do, you know, there was a talk earlier on that I should do one Halloween thing a month. You know, I quite like the idea of that. I think it's quite fun. You know, QVC do Christmas in July, so I think I'm going to do Halloween in January. Yeah. Question, okay? What you got then, Ross? Thinking about it? Is typing? Are you a two-finger typer? What is your choice for best haunted property in the UK? Oh, damn. I think probably the Skirrid Inn in actual England itself. Was it the Skirrids? No, it's not the Skirrids. That's in Wales. That's my one for Wales. The Ostrich Inn. We done a ghost hunt there, and that was phenomenal. Not only did we actually get like directed EVP, but we had a lot of physical phenomena. Even the recce didn't go without many incidences, and it really saddens me that it might well be flattened in the Heathrow expansion. I find that horrific, you know, that here is this beautiful old coaching inn. It's going to be turned into runway 5 or whatever. Huge shame. Skirrid, Wales, absolutely brilliant. That was something else as well. And up in Glasgow, there was used to be an asylum that I went to. I don't think it stands anymore, but that was creepy because when you was walking, you would hear someone walking behind you, and when you stopped, they would walk for like 2 or 3 paces and then stop. So it was just always that little, yeah, that was very cool. So okay, Bowden House, Devon. Did I do Bowden House? I don't remember. I think I might have. Yeah, no, I think I did. Don't remember it. Don't remember it. It's quite, that's a problem, isn't it? There's so many. I'm getting so old, I just don't remember. Okay, well, I am going to go before they come along and boot me off. Yeah, see, look, no, you didn't. So you're saying, no, you didn't. Bowden House, Devon, is that your favourite then? Is that what you would go for the most haunted in England? Who's texting me? People, I told you I'm filming. Who's texting me? I bet that's Fifi, isn't it? Loads going on there. I say, okay, well, yeah. Then maybe, just maybe, we should do it next year at some point. Because it's like days till Christmas now. And it's always bloody cold in Devon at this point of year. So I think we should do it next year. All right, yes, indeed. All right, well, thank you for coming along. And please argue with me. It's always good when you argue with me. Okay then. Bye bye buttons.